Welcome to Coffee with the County. Today I'm sitting down with Kathleen Ryan, our county auditor, and Mike Dangers, our county assessor. Good morning to the two of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Nice to have you here. I feel like there's a couple of experts in the room and we're going to talk some pretty serious stuff, right? One of the things that we wanted to talk about, and it's truth in taxation, right?
Correct.
Truth and or truth in?
Truth in.
Always wanted to know what that was. Yeah.
Yes.
And there's a couple of different things that are going on coming up with the budget, coming up with the county budget, and a meeting that's happening on the 16th of December. So
Correct.
What I'd love to do is have you guys just tell me what's going on with that and how does it get you two together in a room?
Sure. So I'm going to speak from the budget and tax position of the county. So the county's been working on our 2026 budget. We started in June, July. Departments put numbers together and we put our county budget together. Townships, cities are doing that also. So we set a preliminary budget by September 30th. Now that budget can be lowered, but it cannot be raised. So the county, township, cities have set their preliminary budgets for 2026. That is combined with assessment data from the assessor's office, and that then calculates taxes for your property for 2026.
Okay.
We have a meeting on the 16th, which is called Truth in Taxation. You're going to be getting statements, notices in the mail regarding your property values with information to attend this meeting. But the meeting is focused on the budget of the county. The Truth in Taxation meeting is more about how the county budget is affecting your tax value for your property.
Okay. So there always seems to be a little bit of confusion. There's a couple of citizens that come to that meeting on the 16th, that is when it is this year, that want to talk about their individual tax value, right? Would that be correct? And that not necessarily is the meeting to do that. Mike, are there other times that they can talk about that? Obviously, we've had your group in here in the past talking about that timeline, but maybe a refresher course a little bit on that, if you would.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity for having us today and with this. And this is a time, this meeting is a time, like Kathleen said, for budget and tax questions, but our office is open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30, and we're available to answer your questions anytime then, and then via email too, with our email address, so you can get a hold of us that way. But with this time of year and the values and classifications that you see on that notice, that's something that was set last spring as part of our process in the springtime when we send out our notice of valuation to everybody, which is a yellow notice that goes out with the tax statement, which is the actual bill that a person gets in the mail. So this time of the year, it's really, we could answer questions, and we're happy to do that, but it's not the time to appeal a value or a classification. Unless it's a homestead situation and the person has a primary residence, you're living on a property and you notice that it's non-homestead, you can give us a call and we can work through that, and it's not too late to change your classification if you do live there as your primary residence.
And you mentioned that you guys are always available down there to answer any questions,
right,
which I'm sure everyone appreciates. The timeline for the next assessment comes up in the spring. Is that correct?
Right. Yes, we set the values and the classification once every year, and that's done basically the end of February, beginning of March each year. So the 26th assessment will be completed at that time, and then that yellow valuation notice is going to go out with the tax statement then by the end of March, the first part of April. Everybody should see those in their mailboxes or online.
And then the 16th meeting, as you mentioned, Kathleen, is more a budget conversation.
Correct.
That because everything gets totaled at that point, that'll show some taxes that are in there. That's where maybe the confusion comes from.
Yes, and Truth in Taxation, you're getting that notice with your preliminary tax value for your property, your taxes due for your property in 2026. So I think that causes some confusion because the value of your property is shown on that statement also, along with the taxes that will be due in 2026. But the meeting in December is discussing the budget numbers that go into those tax values.
So the tax values already has been decided. That's what we're trying to say, is that that's already been decided. If you get those statements, December 16th is not the time to come in and say, I don't like this value. There was another time to do that, and there will be other times to do that if that is the case. So
I'm just thinking maybe we should clarify that a little bit different, like it's property value versus tax amounts maybe.
Okay.
Versus, I said tax values, but it's really tax amounts and your property value. Property values have been set previously in the spring. Now it's budget coming in to create your tax amount that you will be paying.
That makes sense, even to me, which is crazy to do sometimes. But yeah, that makes sense. You're coming in on the 16th to see how the budget overall is going to affect everything, and it's not just about your tax. Did you say value? Tax value?
Property value.
Property value. It's not simply about that. So, and our budget, our preliminary budget number is right around that 5.3.
5.24% is what the
5.24.
commissioner set it at for the county preliminary levy percentage increase.
Which I've noticed from many different areas, that's one of the lower numbers. Overall, it's not the highest number that's out there. Pretty conservative number, and like you said, it could only go down. It could stay at that or go down from there. They can't raise it at this point.
Correct. And the final levy will be set December 23rd, and then final tax calculations will occur in January and February, and then final tax statements will be going out in March for first half due May 15th.
And then the fun part for you is that it starts all over again and you start planning it out for 2027 right around that time, right?
Correct.
Well, thank you for that clarification. And for those of you that are listening, hopefully you understand that clarification. Again, if you have any questions at all, like always, our departments are available anytime. Give them a call. They'll talk individually with you about your situation or just answer general questions. So to the both of you, thank you for coming in. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
clearing up some information for our folks. And you're listening to Coffee with the County.